Hey, what's happening and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into issue 2 of Prelude to the Rebellion, but first, a quick recap of issue 1. So we have Representative Cerea who has arrived on planet Cerea to ask the Cereans to join the Republic. But after some discussion, the Council decided to decline, thanks in part to Ki-Adi-Mundi's influence. Meanwhile, Ki-Adi-Mundi is facing problems at home. His wife Cerea is upset because he hasn't had a child with her, and Marwan's daughter Sylvan has run away. Ki-Adi eventually finds her at a protest rally, but things get out of hand. During the chaos, Ki-Adi is accused of killing a young Cerean. And now, let's continue the story with issue 2 of Prelude to the Rebellion. So issue 2 picks up with Bronn officially charging Ki-Adi-Mundi with murder, but luckily, Cerea steps in and provides scientific resources from the Republic to help prove Ki-Adi's innocence. They run tests on skin cells found on his lightsaber, and the results show there was another person's hand on it. Surveillance footage confirms the real killer is Maj Odo no more. With the truth revealed, Ki-Adi is cleared of all charges, with one exception. He must leave his lightsaber as evidence. Reluctantly he agrees, and now he's given a new mission, to track down Maj Odo no more and his accomplices. Before he leaves, Cerea says something to Ki-Adi that challenges him. He asks, why is it okay to use Republic technology when it helps him, even though he opposes technological advancements for his planet? Ki-Adi responds calmly, saying, he's never against using technology when it's for justice, but just because you take a sip from the well doesn't mean you want to dive into the river. Then he walks off, leaving Cerea muttering the words, stubborn Jedi. Ki-Adi mounts his Arix and begins to ride home. As he passes through the town, he can feel the change in the air. The people look at him differently now. There's doubt in their eyes, hesitation where there used to be trust. Once seen as a respected figure, he's now the subject of whispers and suspicion. It's no accident. Bronn has quietly stirred things up. He's skilled at that, spreading rumours, planting just enough doubt to turn public opinion against Ki-Adi without ever saying too much. As Ki-Adi rides home, his thoughts turn to the task at hand, capturing Maj Odo no more and his accomplices. But one of those accomplices weighs heavy on his mind, his own daughter Sylvan. Inside, he finds Marwan clearly shaken and devastated. Through tears, she tells him that Sylvan led her friends into the house, but only so they could steal food. Ki-Adi looks out just in time to see four masked youths speeding off on swoops. Sylvan is among them. She knows she's in way over her head, but she keeps going with the group, trying to stay strong and loyal to whatever cause they've chosen. Back inside, Ki-Adi gently comforts Marwan. She's heartbroken and confused. She doesn't understand why her daughter would betray them like this. Ki-Adi, quiet but certain, tells her, they're not doing it for themselves, someone else needs it. Elsewhere, hidden deep within the sprawling outsider's citadel, Maj Odo no more is lying low. He's restless and irritated, grumbling about why he couldn't just hide in town. And from the shadows, a familiar figure steps forward, Effort Mon. He hands Odo a drink and calmly reminds him that no one will find him here, not in the twisting corridors and hidden layers of the citadels. It's a perfect hiding place. Meanwhile, the four masked teens race back through the citadel on their swoops, weaving through alleys and markets. They're returning with stolen supplies, food meant for Maj Odo no more. But Ki-Adi-Mundi isn't far behind. On his Arix, he knows exactly where to look, in the citadels. The area is densely packed, home to many, but it's known for being tight-lipped. Residents keep their secrets and don't often welcome Jedi questions. Still, Ki-Adi has one hope, an old friend and informant named Ide, an Ortolan who's helped him before. But something's wrong. Ide has been missing for 2 days now. And Ki-Adi knows Ide would never disappear without a reason. Something has spooked him, or worse. Ki-Adi makes his way to Ide's family home, hoping for answers. He's greeted by his wife, who looks tired and worried. She tells Ki-Adi that Ide came home 2 nights ago in a panic, saying he'd had some bad luck. He didn't say much, only that he'd overheard conversations about a shipment. He wouldn't reveal who was involved, but he was clearly shaken. If anyone had seen him listening in, he said they might kill him. She lowers her eyes and says maybe it's already too late. Ki-Adi quietly places some credits in her hand, support for the family, and a silent promise that he'll try to find Ide. As he leaves, his thoughts race. Smuggling alone wouldn't normally concern Ide, but it's all too common. But this shipment, it's important. Important enough for people to kill over. Maybe a few more credits he could persuade Ide to talk, if he's still alive, and if he does, Ki-Adi knows he'd be one step closer to Marjorie more. Ki-Adi heads to the local cantina. It's dim, smoky, and full of quiet chatter. As he steps inside, he scans the room, listening to fragments of conversations. Anyone here could be a smuggler, but Ki-Adi's looking for someone who's moved up in the ranks. Someone nervous, someone with something to lose. And there he is, Ide, sitting alone at the table with a drink in hand. Ki-Adi approaches and offers to buy him another, but Ide shakes his head. There's no amount of Guilia in the galaxy that'll get me talking, he says. They exchange a few words about Ki-Adi being accused of killing the young Cerean, but Ide keeps his mouth shut. Then Ki-Adi leans in slightly, slipping 10 credits across the table and quietly asks, "So who's smuggling swoops?" Ide stares at the credits and slides them back. "Not this time. I could die," he says, standing up. "Keep your credits." So Ki-Adi follows him out, pressing the issue. He tells Ide how important this is. He'll pay more. He just needs the truth. Ide pauses, looks at him and says, "I'd like to help. I really would, but I can't. It's too dangerous." Then he walks off, leaving Ki-Adi alone in the street. Before he can process it, a group of rough-looking outsiders approaches. They've noticed he's not carrying his lightsaber, and they grin. Ki-Adi tries a Jedi mind trick which works on a Rhodian momentarily until one of the others snaps him out of it. Then the group attacks. Ki-Adi fights back, holding his own with practiced precision, but one of them, a Deveronian, gets in close and headbutts him. Ki-Adi kicks him away, but they keep coming. It's time to call for backup. Suddenly, a distant sound rises, wings flapping, a screeching cry. The outsiders freeze. It's Ki-Adi's Arix. He dives in, fierce and fast. It barrels into the goons, scattering them like dry leaves. But just as things settle, the Deveronian lunges from behind, pressing a sharp blade to Ki-Adi. With a quick flip and a blast of the Force, Ki-Adi sends him crashing backward, flying a rock into the Deveronian's face, knocking him out cold. At last, the Citadel security forces arrive, but it's too late. Ki-Adi notices something in the nearby alley, a figure slumped against the wall. At first, he thinks it's just another drunk, but as he gets closer, his heart sinks. It's Ide, shot at close range. He's dead. Ki-Adi stands there silent, devastated. He should have been more cautious. And in that quiet moment, something stirs. Far away, dark and cold. A voice calls out to him, unfamiliar, whispering from the shadows. Something is coming. We return to Marj Odo-Nomor's hidden hideout. Sylvan arrives with food, bags of supplies gathered from home. She gives them to Marj, but instead of gratitude, Marj snaps at her. He's angry. The others have already rushed off to ride swoops through the night, celebrating leaving him behind. Only Sylvan stays. Before the tension can rise any further, a calm voice emerges from the darkness. Bronn. He steps forward. He says, "Don't be too hard on your friends. They did a good job today." Sylvan eyes him, still unsure. "Why are you helping us?" she asks. "Why do you care?" Bronn smiles faintly. "I look after those who support me." Sylvan doesn't back down. Marj is a fugitive. He's not a leader anymore. Why keep him around? Bronn's smile sharpens just slightly. "We need brave men like him, people willing to seize the moment." With that, Bronn turns and walks into the night, leaving a heavy silence behind. He gives at least one order to Informant, who watches from the corner. "Look after Marj, and don't dispose of him. Just yet." After the fight in the citadels, Ki-Adi makes his way home. The stars hang low and the air is quiet, but his mind isn't. He steps through the door, weary from the day. Inside, Cerea is waiting. She looks at him with concern. "How was your day?" she asks gently. Ki-Adi pauses for a moment, then answers, his voice heavy. "A good being died today," he says quietly, "and I'm no closer to finding Sylvan or Marj." The silence that follows says everything. Ki-Adi sits alone. The stillness of the evening brings memories from long ago. He remembers his days as a student under Master Yoda, another difficult time, another moment when things had gone wrong. He had failed a mission, felt lost, much like now. Yoda's words came back to him, clear and steady. A Jedi must learn to watch for change. When bad moments turn good, that is when the truth is revealed. The lesson lingers in his mind as the weight of the day passes on. In the next room, Cerea prepares for bed. She pauses at the doorway and asks gently, "Do you have any credits? Just a little?" Ki-Adi reaches into his robe. All he has left is a single 10-credit note. He pulls it out. Ki-Adi unfolds a note, his breath catching as he reads the faded handwriting. Edie swapped the 10-credit note. Quiet, subtle, a master stroke of sleight of hand. The Jedi never noticed, taken off guard. outmaneuvered. But perhaps this is a good thing, a shift in the current. Maybe even the kind Master Yoda once spoke of. When bad moments turn good, that is when the truth reveals itself. So that was issue 2 of Prelude to the Rebellion. Tensions rise as Ki-Adi-Mundi finds himself walking a fragile line, cleared of one crime but pulled deeper into a web of betrayal, unrest, and personal conflict. His search for the truth leads him into dangerous territory, both physically and emotionally, as loyalties are tested, allies fall silent, and shadows grow thicker around those he once trusted. And now a note, unexpected, and paid for in blood. Could this note be finally what points Ki-Adi in the right direction? A location, a name, or something even more dangerous? Edie paid for it with his life, and now it's in Ki-Adi's hands, and time is running out. So, what do you think the note says? Is it a clue that will bring him closer to Sylvan and Marjodo? Or a warning meant to keep him away? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this, give it a like, share it around, and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time for issue 3 of Prelude to the Rebellion.